Lou Foundation went on our second visit in July to the Love Lions Alive Sanctuary in South Africa that was founded and run by Andi Rive. Andi can be better known as the Lion Queen from her documentary about her project that airs on Animal Planet. She moved to Appen Farm in Swinburne, South Africa in 2015 to be able to create a sanctuary and safe haven for lions. She believes that live lions are more valuable than dead lions. In Africa, lions are being killed at a rapid rate. Since the 1970s, the lion population has dropped from 250,000 to only 20,000 left in all of Africa. Lions are being killed to be used as trophies and for medicinal purposes, as it is believed that their bones give special powers to men. Andi is fighting hard to save the lions, one at a time. Lou Foundation believes in Andi's great work, and this is why we have helped her cause by supporting her with a new lion enclosure. We were proud to hang the Lou Foundation sign on the entrance to the enclosure before the inauguration. There was much preparation work to do, such as clear scrap metal from the enclosure, as the land used to be used as a scrap dump before Andi moved to the Lion Sanctuary. We walked around the Lion Lagoon enclosure with Andi's staff as they were doing a walk around of the enclosure to make sure everything was safe and ready for the lions.
So now we're traveling around here in the Lou Foundation Lion Lagoon enclosure, and it's really, really big. The lions will have a beautiful place to live.
We could really see that Andi had thought through the placement of everything in the enclosure to make it as realistic as possible to nature for the lions. Before the big day, we also bought and set up the party area with food, party hats, and decorations. Finally, July 13th arrived and we started off the day by darting Mandla and Isibindi, as it would not have been possible to move them to the Lion Lagoon enclosure otherwise. We got to ride on the back of the truck with Andi, her staff, vet, and nurse to find the lions to dart. We were quite excited but also scared. We were surprised when the men jumped out of the back of the truck to go by foot to find the lions. It took some time for them to find the lions as they were hiding between two big rocks. Finally, the vet darted them from the top of the rock, and then everyone worked hard together as a team to get the lions out and up on the back of the truck. It was tough to get the lions out, as a sleeping lion weighs more than 100 kilos. Yuan helped carry the lions onto the back of the truck, while Sophie was asked by the nurse to monitor how deep the first lion was sleeping and to check for signs of waking and breathing, while the nurse helped the others to carry the second lion onto the back of the truck.
I'm standing here with the lion who's asleep. It has been showing some signs of awakening, but we give him some more medicine to sleep a little bit longer. They're still trying to get the second brother, and the vet nurse is preparing if this lion here needs some more medicine, and I'm sort of in charge of seeing if it has any awakening signs, and I think this is a little bit scary.
While the lions were still sleeping, they were both given a medical checkup and moved to the Lion Lagoon enclosure. They were given an antidote to wake up. Once they were checked and awake, Sophie held a welcome speech and spoke about her passion and engagement she feels towards helping Andi's work. Next, Andi spoke about her dream of saving the lions and giving them a safe lifestyle. She thanked Lou Foundation for believing in her and coming to help. Andi and Sophie cut the Swedish ribbon to the entrance of the Lion Lagoon enclosure and then were led down by the beautiful playing of bagpipes by Andi's father to a special performance of African dancers Andi had organized as a surprise. Everyone celebrated with a South African barbecue called the braai, party hats, and the children all received Lou Foundation teddy bears. Then everyone had great Lou Foundation cake that was made by Andi's daughter Tyga. During our time on the Lion Sanctuary, Andi got a call that there was a 2-month-old lion cub that needed to be rescued. She asked if we would like to join, and of course we said yes. The person who bred this cub could no longer take care of him. When Andy got the cub, he was a little tired as they had given him some calming medicine since he previously traveled for 3 hours in a wooden box. Once back at the lion sanctuary, Andy set the cub in the nursery enclosure where she had a tent set up right next to it, as the cub needed to be fed every 4 hours. Sophie suggested the name Carl after the Swedish king, which Andy liked and agreed to keep the name. It felt like we gained a new baby because we grew very attached to Carl. We helped Andy take care of him and got to see her in her element of raising this cub by hand. Here she is, swinging Carl back and forth to get him to burp, as a mother lion would swing her cubs by the scruff of their neck in the wild. We wanted to help Carl as much as possible, so we were happy to help cover the vet expenses for Carl to get a medical checkup during the inauguration. After playing with Carl for a while, we realized he would need some toys to play with rather than our hands. We went to the store and bought the best quality soccer ball we could find for him. Yuan had a blast playing football with Carl. He was a bit hesitant at first, but then got more comfortable. While there, we got to take part in many more adventures. One day, there was a bushfire, so Yuan went with Andy's staff to help put it out as it was getting too close to houses and a school. During the same day, Sophie went with Andy as there was a polo club who had asked Andy if she could help him put down 2 old horses that they could not use anymore. They wanted to donate them to her as food for the lions. We are trying to help Andy raise money for a cold freezer room to store food in for the lions, as she does not have one. More information will be available on how you can donate at the end of this film. Before leaving the lion sanctuary, we went out for a celebratory dinner with Andy, her staff, and volunteers. We didn't want to leave the lions out, so Andy said that they really enjoy newly slaughtered chickens. We bought 6 chickens in total, 1 for each lion. Sophie got to throw them over into the enclosure. The lions really enjoyed this tasty treat, and Carl especially enjoyed his 2 chicken legs as he was too small to eat a whole chicken. Here is Mela, who is 1.5 years old, enjoying her chicken. During our last day on the Lion Sanctuary, we had a filmmaker who had flown in from New Zealand from the documentary Lion Queen on Animal Planet to film and follow Andy's work with the lions. He was also interested in our work that we had done on the Lion Sanctuary with Andy. He took footage of us with Andy in front of the Lion Lagoon enclosure. Then we headed up the hill to visit Carl and gather some photos and information about him. We were very honored that Animal Planet wanted our videos and pictures from the trip and that they took the time to film our work at the Lion Sanctuary. It was very sad leaving Andy, her lions, staff, volunteers, and especially baby Carl. Sophie cried for a long time after saying goodbye and leaving the Lion Sanctuary. Although it was sad to leave, we know that all of the lions are in great hands with Andy and her staff. We are very grateful that we could help the Love Lions Alive Sanctuary during our time there, and know that Andy will only continue to care for, provide, and love all of her lions. Please help Blue Foundation reach our goal of raising 40,000 Swedish kroners for a cold freezer room to store food for the lions at Andy Rives Love Lions Alive Sanctuary in South Africa. You can make your donation out to BG 3717048 or Swish 123-132-3849. Please mark your payment with your name and donation. Please contact Blue Foundation if you would like to make an international donation. You can reach us at sophie@nordfastinvest.se or by telephone. Thank you in advance for your help in saving the lives of lions.